Hey guys, so today we're going to be comparing three different machines. This is a 2.7 or 2.5 stroke length machine. These two are made by Artiste. It's a really great company, and this is made by Cheyenne. Both are made by MT Derm in Germany. So this is called the H1 machine. This is strictly for PMU, and it takes these smaller cartridges. And then the H2 machine and the Sol Nova both take universal cartridges, and so do most tattoo machines. And universal cartridges just kind of look like the standard size of cartridges that fit in most machines, while this machine only takes these tiny little guys. So this machine is great for like nano strokes. It's like very smooth. A good way to compare this is like it does feel like butter. It's super smooth. Then this machine is also so this one is 3.5 stroke length. This one is also 3.5 stroke length. This one is designed, you can tell this one is designed to take a smaller needle, so it's great for like nano brows, powder brows, tiny tattoos. This is like a regular tattoo machine, but it's designed for smaller needles, but it still has the same kick like this machine. This machine can take all needles, can do all types of tattoos. It's a professional tattoo machine. It is not intended for PMU artists. It's you could use it to do whatever you want. I love this machine and I use it for everything. So as far as price point goes, I would say it's like that because you have to buy the power supply with this one. This one's about $600 and you have to buy the power supply. This one's about $1,200. It does not need a power supply because it's wireless. And this one's about $1,200 and it needs a power supply, so you're looking at like around $1,500. Now, if you're a PMU artist, I would definitely recommend whatever you can afford, honestly, but they're all great machines, and today we're just going to be comparing them. So the first thing I like to do when I get a new machine is kind of just listen to it. So the way I listen to a machine is basically I just turn it on and kind of see like how it vibrates. So, well, it's just listening. So this is the fastest this machine goes, and you can tell it's really quiet. This is the lowest this machine goes. It's very low right now and you can barely hear it. So that's that. Now, I think I have the H2 plugged in. We're gonna listen to that machine. So you can hear a higher vibration. It's definitely more high pitched. There's more like space in there. It's not as like beautiful sounding as this machine, but it's still very quiet. When you turn it on pretty fast, you kind of feel it's getting really loud and really vibration-y here, but you're not going to use it this fast ever. And this is the lowest it goes. So it does vibrate a lot more than like the lowest this machine goes. Where if you compare them, I don't know if you can listen, but I'm going to turn this one off and keep this one on just so you can hear it. So big difference. So this one doesn't vibrate as much at all. You don't even feel it in your hand. It's pretty crazy. So this is still a very low vibration machine as well. Now I'm going to exchange the cords and have you guys listen to this machine. Now this machine is intended for mainly PMU artists. This is the H1. So both the H1 and the H2 take the same Artiste power supply. So this is the lowest vibration out of the two, I feel. It doesn't go quite as slow as this one, but it's very smooth, very smooth. It's extremely smooth. So you could do some really amazing stuff with this machine. This is great for like precision work. Amazing stuff. So that's as far as sound. We talked about stroke length. We talked about that this one is intended for strictly permanent makeup. These two are both intended for tattooing. This one is intended for mainly like smaller needles. And then cartridges. So the cartridges on this one, they're very small and they're a little bit more expensive. So you can't put a universal cartridge in here. There's that. And that's about it as far as like overall for the machines. Now I'm just gonna play a little bit with them and show you how they look on latex. Maybe we'll do an eyebrow testing all of them just so you guys can see the difference. And that is all. So the first thing I'm gonna test for you guys is the 3-liner nano slope. So Artiste made these really cool needles, especially for nano strokes. So if you take a look here, you see that it's a sloped needle. This is great for saturation. I've worked with these a few times. And it's nice because you don't need as many passes, and there's 3 needles in a slope, so it's kind of like a microblade. You get that really thin line very effortlessly. So I'll show you what that looks like on latex. So I'm gonna do like kind of an eyebrow stroke for you. And that's on 4, so I'm gonna lower it a little bit. We're gonna do 2. And the thing is, when you're working on eyebrow skin, the slower it is, the more vibration and kick you get of machine. It works nicer on the eyebrow skin because the eyebrow skin's a little bit rough and it needs that slight kick, whereas if you made it go really fast, sometimes that skin just ends up ripping because it's right next to the bone. And it's more sturdy than, let's say, a single liner because you have 3 needles, so it's easy to stand on. It's kind of like standing on a wedge rather than a heel. And then I think I'm just gonna I don't want to do a whole eyebrow. I just wanted you guys to see the capability of the machine. So I'll just shade the rest. You guys, this is so smooth. Like, you can see how nice and smooth these pixels are. I mean, it feels smoother than what it even looks like. I love, 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 love this machine. I highly recommend if you do nano, combo, like, if you do any type of work, I think this is a great machine to have. I just tried out the Bilar not too long ago. This is way less vibration than the Bilar, and the motor on it is really beautiful. Really nice. I actually like it way more. It feels way more expensive. And there's no, like, it's tight all inside, so there's nothing rumbling. You don't feel anything shaking or rumbling in your hand, which is, to me, like a pet peeve. Like, I would never want a machine to feel like it's rumbling. Because there's difference between a kick and a rumble, and I don't like it. So this machine is really, really, really beautiful and smooth. And if you use my code SHAY5 on the website, you get 5% off this machine, which is actually a lot because it's expensive. So there's one little eyebrow, and that's done with their 3 slope. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this cartridge because it doesn't fit on anything else. Just wanted to show you the slope. We're gonna switch, we're gonna do the H1 machine next, and we're gonna use also a slope, but it comes in a universal cartridge like this one. So this machine, you could definitely hear a little bit louder. So I love the kick on this machine. For the first thing I gotta say is this machine would be amazing if you're doing powder brows. It gives you just enough kick. But for nano strokes, you can definitely do nano strokes for a tiny tattoo as this. But it's an ultimate powder brow machine because you already see the pixels. They look really good with this machine. It's not as precise as the H1. It's very strong. It is louder, but it doesn't vibrate in an uncomfortable way. And at the end of the day, too, like, it really is all about the artist that's using the machine. So everybody that's using this is gonna have kind of a different result, too. I like how fast you can work with this machine. It's definitely a time saver, especially if you're doing a lot of filling in stuff. So if most of your clients want a powder brow look, this would be a really great machine to go fast. I would say this machine is like an in-between of the Cheyenne, Solnova, and how soft this machine is. So it's a little bit stronger, but it's still like a, I guess, a PMU machine. I love how you could pixel with this machine. It's really beautiful. Also, if you're an ink junkie and you like to test out this different inks, this machine definitely has that kick to push thicker inks out too. So if you want to test out thicker inks on your machine work, I would say use this machine over a lot of other machines. And then if you're doing tiny tattoos or like body tattoos, you could definitely use this machine as well. And I also like that it's a little bit thicker, because thin machines give you too much space right in here, so they become a little bit hard to grip. Also very soft, beautiful. I think I was having more fun with this one, so it's a lot prettier. But you could see that the strokes too, they're like a little bit deeper, like everything is a little bit deeper about it because it has a higher kick. So it's a 3.5 stroke length, so it was a lot easier for me to deposit ink. And the reason I was able to do these really quickly because of the slope needle. So the slope needle was allowing me to deposit ink super, super quickly. So the last machine I'm gonna show you, I'm also gonna use the slope needle, even though I wanted to show you that you can use any needle inside any machine that takes universal cartridges. Just gotta make sure what you're buying first. So I'm gonna take this off of this machine and put it right in this machine, and that would work. Now, my favorite thing about this machine is that it's not heavy, even though it is wireless. Now I'm going pretty fast with this machine, but you can still get pixels even if you go fast, which is why I love this machine. It's definitely a harder deposit than both. And I'm gonna slow it down because it's not fair that the other ones were a little bit slower. So I'm gonna slow it down to about the other machines just so it's a fair comparison. What I like about this machine too is that if you slow it down, you get much farther of a pixelation. So if you want lines with this machine, you actually do have to speed it up a bit, because this becomes too far, I think. So if you're a beginner, I would say go with the H2 machine. If you're a beginner that wants to just focus on precision work, I would say go with the H1 machine. If you're a beginner, I would say don't touch this machine because it's too powerful and you might blow out some lines. This machine, you might blow out some lines as well. But if you're doing powder brows, it's really difficult to, if you're focusing on like ombre brow, powder brow, definitely go with this machine. If you're focusing even on like nano lines, you could even still, like this one is very friendly. This one is mainly for like really precise focused work. A beginner could have a really good time with this machine as well. But you have to be interested in doing like some precise stuff. The shading with this machine is a lot faster and it's less expensive. So I say for a beginner, definitely the H1 machine. Once you get more advanced or you want to like have fun and do fun stuff, you have to decide if you want a 3.5 stroke length machine or like a 2.5 stroke length machine. And it depends on how you level up and in which direction you take your career. But as a beginner, I highly recommend the H2 100%. So all beautiful. And to practice at home, I ruined this completely, but I made this latex with my own patterns on it. So if you like my patterns, these are some of the patterns that I kind of use. These are very, very basic. So just tracing these would get your muscle memory kind of charged, and then you can do your own patterns here as well. And then we also sell, if you like the way this is acting, it's really nice silicone. We sell this on our website too. And then if you want to purchase the H1 or H2 machine, just put in the code SHAY5 on the Artiste website, or just go to my site, The Beauty Institute, and click Pro Tools, and then that will direct you to their site, and you will automatically have the coupon code, I think. But if you don't, just put it in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of some cartridge, vibration, stroke length, machine information, and see you guys next time.